I just
Ew.
want to go on an excavation that's normal and doesn't involve sewers. I mean, it doesn't have to be normal, but like normal
Yeah, I hear
smelling.
you.
Ugh.
Observation. I have been on exactly 2 missions with you, and both have involved sewers. This appears
Yeah,
to
I
be
think that's the
normal.
point.
No, it is not normal.
The most recent 2 missions have been this. Therefore, this is the new normal.
No, it's
Absolutely
just
not. Sorry.
we're getting used to it being abnormal. It's predictably abnormal.
Would you like to play a game?
Observation.
Great, now I'm earwormed.
This is a fascinating game. The only
I'm
way to
earwormed
win
with the filk. Is not to
is
play.
thermonuclear war.
Greetings,
No!
Professor. Indicate your access, please.
Are you suggesting
Waited
there's a
and-
different option?
You can't blow up the weird stuff.
Shall we press the button?
Oh, I have pressed the button when you started chanting button, button, button.
Well, okay. Sorry about filking Eklar's War Games at people then. Hi, this is Beth. Welcome to GURPS Wars. Technicalities crew. Homebrew GURPS Star Wars game. The rules are broken. We have fun anyway. There are probably better, more balanced rule sets out there, but do any of us care? Nah.
Observation.
I
I am perfectly balanced.
What are you standing on?
A seesaw. One end is lower than the other. HK is not acknowledging this.
You weigh a lot, HK. That better be a pretty hefty seesaw.
I didn't say the seesaw was unbent.
My concerns, they grow more vast by the moment. Okay, so...
Get in line behind the people who maintain this playground.
Concern. Last we were playing, you were excavating another mound in the Krembli's backyard. Let's see. You talked to the nosy neighbor the time before, who expressed her opinion that Damon, the husband, killed Cardi, the wife, and buried her at the Forest Hay Farm, where he worked, before fleeing the planet. Then you all got gas masks, because everyone in town uses them during forest hay pollen season for, well, all the pollen. And the nosy neighbor brought a couple of shovels, and there was a lot of actual productive digging. So you found in a hole that has oozy, horrible things trying to fall back down into the hole periodically, a apparent pipe made of wood that has ceramic inlays and appears to be the source of the horribleness because it's broken. It's so sad. And I believe that's where we ended off. Unless anyone else remembers anything more?
HK attempted to enter the house and was told to leave.
I think that was the time before.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And the
HK entered the house 2 sessions ago. HK was told
Right.
to leave last session. Well, and 2 sessions ago.
Yeah.
It was a constant thing.
It was a constant thing.
It was.
Oh, and also there's the bit about the murderer who's broken out and is probably back to get revenge or something. That's the assumption because of the dead deputy and all that. Poor dead ensign. Anyway.
And poor Dasani didn't get to set a thing on fire in order to get the warden to wake up.
Alas. Well, let's see. HK. There's a pipe down there. I don't know what you want to be doing. I'm going to just go in the order of alphabetical down the voice chat. If you people start changing your voice chat names, then
I
I'm
put
going
a
to shake
Z
my
in
fist
front
at
of
you.
my name once, and you don't let me live it down. In part because
And
I
why
bring
should-
it up myself.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously this pipe is damaged. Have I seen anything recently that could be used to repair said pipe? I don't think I can solder wood and ceramic together, but maybe inserting some type of
There's-
metal piping.
Well, and also there's a whole like woods here and there. It's fairly wooded. Forest hay does prefer planets that have had a lot of forests on them. Why do you think they call it forest hay? Also, if you don't harvest it frequently enough, it gets kind of tall and woody.
Why does the grain appear so red? And why is that river going by very quickly? Anyway, here's a bunch of tiles.
References to other games? What?
Yes. HK is looking at the idea of wood pipes with HK pulls out a grease marker or a grease pen and draws an eyebrow over top of their ocular units. And then erases one eyebrow and draws it higher.
It is possible that your best idea, HK, might be to simply plug the pipe. On the other hand, there was certainly a lot of pressure apparently that pushed the dirt upwards and made it horrible.
I mean, HK does remember the mayonnaise incident, and that was the first episode of this particular arc. So it was relatively recent, and therefore HK is not thinking we should just plug this. That is how HK ended up spending half a day cleaning mayonnaise out of various things. Well,
Okay,
HK is going to wander off
going-
looking for things that can be used to repair this that can actually be soldered like a civilized robot can do.
This will be a bit tricky, but you could be puttering around to see if there's anything. Tazani! Oh, wait, Ellie, you're above. Ellie!
I was waiting to see when you'd notice.
Ellie, I get to do this. Your luck point.
Mikola! I'm going with Mikola since you are normally in this. Ah! What is Mikola up to?
Changing her name.
I need to double check my equipment. No, I don't. Mika is going to consult Bebop's map and see if she can identify anywhere that this could be coming from.
Okay.
But I don't need a response to that for. This is going to be a several turn task, I think.
All right. I mean, I'm not going in full combat time, but I want to try to check in an orderly fashion so
Yeah,
that my.
no, I understand. I just don't want to
Yeah. I'll get
make
you on
a
the
couple
next come
research
round.
rolls, and then
Okay. Yeah, give me some research, couple of research rolls.
Nope, missed it by 2.
Okay. Give me.
No, that's the stew treatment plant. Have to remove the ergot from the barley.
I'll have to give me another one when we come round. Otherwise, we'll just
Yeah.
say that whatever you're doing is going to take a while. Tazani, a thing has been found.
The thing is a broken pipe, yes?
The thing is a broken pipe that has ceramic inlays, and the ceramic inlays are a bit hard to make out, but they may be either decorative or runic or both.
No one puts decorative things on a sewer pipe.
Some people might. I never know.
Observation. There were many, many runes in that sewer.
And none of them were decorative.
Agree to disagree. HK will lower their volume as they walk away, saying, I do not understand the aesthetics of biologicals anyway.
So what would I have to do to try to get a better look at those inlays?
You could get a pair of binoculars from somewhere and try to focus them down there. B, you could climb in. C, you could damage the thing further and by somehow severing it and yank it up with a tool or telekinesis. D, you could try to meditate really hard at it and see if you can, like, project your senses down there. Oh no, impulsiveness. You do have a bit. You're not climbing down there.
Yeah, I'm not climbing down there.
Just barely. You only made it by 1.
I would like to try to meditate at it to see if I can get vibes.
Okay. Give me a meditation or other roll that might be appropriate for vibing.
Well, if I'm rolling meditate, I should probably be rolling it with the force study talent thing or the
Yep,
seer talent. I'm not sure which one.
probably the seer one.
Okay. Yay, that's the one I'm good at.
What did we get? Made by 5. I will get back to that one on the next go around if that's all right, since the meditating will probably take a little bit. Crix,
Yeah.
you have a wonderful spread here. Who came in to eat it? I think Mikola did, and Corporal DeBur, and did Tizani ever come in and eat anything?
No, Tasani did not ever come in to eat anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. Okay. Well,
So-
you can.
Crix is going to clean up the table.
Roll for Tupperware.
Right. So he will find some space tinfoil or spin foil, and take Sani's leftovers and make a bento box out of it for her. And that's what he'll be doing presently.
Okay. The corporal is still fielding a lot of text messages about the whole a mass murderer, well, multi-murderer may have has escaped and may be headed their way. There's lots of alleged sightings which are probably not, but he's sort of following up a bit there. And lots of panic, he's busy. Okay. HK made a scrounging roll by 7. You have found a number of things that you think could be made into pipe, what's the right word? Repair. 1, there is a lot of wood out there. 2, one of the shovels that was brought was basically a snow shovel. So that could be wrapped around to form a segment, maybe big enough. There's some non-metal, but basically flexible packing. You wrap it around something and it's packing material that's quite sturdy. It's up to Imperial standards. That's in the garage. There's a rake, but you're not sure if that would be really great because it has tines and stuff.
Well, the tines might be good for making like banding, depending on the size of the pipe. But whatever supplies that HK believes or assesses rather would work well for this, HK is going to bring over to the excavation site. And my assumption is, it's an educated assumption. It's based on the fact that HK is programmed to repair things and is also 500 pounds. These two things combined leads to HK having a deep understanding of how much stress materials can take before they give way.
You know what? Give me an appropriate role along those lines.
Here is the problem. A lot of my roles were like, oh, engineer, that could work for starships. Oh. Well, I got machinist.
Give me machinist.
Oh, that's 2-6. That's a crit failure. Observation, I should be able to weld together these planks of wood.
I mean, obviously, the thing to do is to get the extremely sturdy packing material wrap and wrap it around each side of the broken pipe down there and secure it with bands from, that you've scrounged up from the rake. The metal bands.
I'm trying to seal something shut with materials that require the adhering points to be dry.
Mhm.
They
Is
are
there
not
still
dry.
liquid flowing through it?
Based on descriptions, I am certain there is a lot of liquid, and we are using that term as a loose description for what horribleness we are encountering here.
Is it currently moving through and coming out? That's not how I thought it was dry based on the
Oh no, everything down there is extremely moist, but it's a little hard to tell if it's actually being forced out further at this very moment. I mean, it's gross and it's dark out.
I've thought of an additional complication that I'm just going to share for reasons I do not understand with the GM. It is quite yes, that giggle was appropriate. It is quite possible that HK took these materials down into the excavation in order to work there, where the ground is saturated and perhaps is more accepting of a 500-pound droid in a way where perhaps the 500-pound droid would not appreciate being accepted.
If you're heading down there, that's certainly going to be a thing. We'll work on the results, the the poor choices from that critical failure. But I'm going to go on to Mika. The pipe, the fragment of it appears to run parallel to the road immediately to your south on the map there, which is basically a diagonal from the upper right towards the lower left.
Okay.
You can't be sure if it's a perfect parallel, but that's the rough direction.
It looks like it's going into town.
Or coming out of town. Yeah. It looks like it probably goes under town.
Yes. The direction it's going is toward town security, at least at this point.
Yeah. You
Okay.
are on a rough enough, if it bends at all, it might go towards the first house that you looked at, Els Loti's, the guy who freaked out and got weird about it and was trying to dig it up and died.
If only we had someone here who was really good at researching whether regulations had been followed. I'm going to keep doing research to see if I can find like records of this having being laid or something.
Records of what?
The pipes having been laid. Basically, I'm trying to do a do-it-yourself 811 call.
Historical records to figure out if anyone knows who put wooden pipes down here.
Right.
You know what they say?
Okay.
Call after you dig.
Right, exactly. I'm doing the call before you dig thing, except I'm not calling. I'm just trying to do the research myself.
Okay. I will ask you for another good, yes.
Made by one.
Made by one. I'll come back to you on that.
Yes, come back to me on this.
Tizani. Tizani made the meditate with vision stuff by 5. You... Okay, it's something close to an out-of-body experience because it's a force vision. You have created an overlay in in your meditation of how the force is going around you and things relatively close to you, and you push your consciousness down into the hole to examine the wooden pipe better. It does look at this in your vision, in this closer range. You know, you brush your ghostly, insubstantial fingers over the, and ignore away a certain amount of the muck. The wood was the wood was used for some reason, and the those are working runes, you're pretty sure. You're not sure what they do, but that doesn't look like just, labels of what the pipe is. That looks like bindings, protection, I mean, maybe somebody was strengthening their wood with protective rituals, or maybe it was meant to move something besides sewage. Someone put it there, and you're pretty sure that those runes are ones that you would love to be studying more closely, and they don't seem to be things like, pipe number 56 or kilometer 73. Yes, and in the sewer bind them, Crash. Anything that you want to react to on that, Tizani, and before I move on?
I suppose I'm going to have to go down there.
Suggestion, you can stand on my shoulders, I say as I'm probably neck deep in the sludge right now.
Yeah, you're probably slowly sinking down. It's like an elevator, HK. So, Crix,
Yeah.
you've made your bento box.
Okay.
You have gotten the praise of at least one person. The corporal was extremely praising this because he expected that he was going to have to eat whatever some Sith kid whipped up. But hey, this is good. This is great stuff. Mikula ate and dashed, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Because so it's been. Design didn't even taste it. Well,
No, not at all. Looking around the house, looking around the house, do they have a sideboard?
Sideboard. Define me a sideboard because I'm not actually that great with figuring out what some of these things are called.
So basically, Crix is looking for if they have a bar or a collection of alcoholic beverages for mixing to mix drinks or etc. etc.
They have a small pantry that has some extremely cheap, but not, like moonshine, the supermarket wine.
Okay, I will see what's there and try to craft a dessert drink that is somewhat palatable for the cast and crew.
Okay. Give me a cooking roll.
Yeah, trying. Not working. Not working. Why not work? Why for you not work? Because I'm clicking on the talent. It's not the skill. That would probably be why.
Right. Yeah. Click on the skill number.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
No.
Terrible. There's these ingredients are just not up to being mixed, and
it's a critical failure. The question is this a critical failure of you didn't find anything, or is this a critical failure of, well, let's pour this and this, let's make a sugared wine with a little bit of the leftover cream.
You
and
found
did
the
you add
isopropyl
salt
alcohol.
Instead?
So what was that? What was that, Crash?
You found the isopropyl alcohol.
In my mind, Beth, it was looking at these ingredients and okay, well, things like this plus this worked in other cases, but they were much higher quality, and so he went and tried it, and the resultant it's like trying to go from a single malt Scotch to like wild turkey. Okay, it just doesn't work. I know some people might not get that.
You cannot work with these. You cannot work with these.
No,
this is untenable. You cannot work with these.
Yes, I can't work under these conditions.
Yes, you are convinced with your critical failure that you have used every ingredient in this house that might possibly be worth using, and this supermarket wine is turned to vinegar. Apparently, obviously, that must be what's happened. It's turned off.
Really, the only reason. Yes.
Yeah, you can't work under these conditions.
Definitely.
All right. There's nothing more to cook in this house. This is terrible. HK, you are gently and inexorably sinking into the side of the hole. It crumbled in a little bit because, well, it's being shoved aside. So,
Suggestion:
Um,
if I ignore this problem, then it won't be.
I mean, your
Reboot.
head can.
Reboot.
The only problem is HK has a voice box as opposed to expelling oxygen through a voice box through a tube, so we don't get the comical bubbles coming up that have the words come out of them as they pop.
At least you still have the tools in your hand.
Considering that canonically the tools are integrated into my chassis, the tools are my hand.
Well, yes, that too, but you have the supplies that you were bringing down
Yes.
with you.
They are on the elevator with me.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that helpful?
For a certain value of helpful. They are definitely helping the plot move in a direction.
And that direction
Down is a direction. Yes. The player hopes that at some point someone with force powers will remove me from this hole that I have. Okay, technically I did not dig it for myself.
Well, you sort of you were digging it. You did a lot of this digging, and you're the one who stepped into it.
Oh, I stepped in it to be sure. Please move on to the next person because obviously I'm not doing anything of value right now.
Mikola, you made a research by 1. Okay, you are not 100% certain, but you are like 98% certain that there are no records of who laid these criffing pipes.
Okay.
These do not appear to be pipes known to the Empire, or at least not the Empire records that you can access. And you can access a certain number of records, trading on your master's name, etc.
Okay.
So,
I would
if
like
anyone
to
knows
apologize.
anything about it,
I tried to add a note as HK, but somehow I had satisfied Lord Stabby selected. So, satisfied Lord Stabby is mending the pipe from below while everyone else is doing things, and I apologize for interjecting, but I had to have this be in the recording.
The only thing you can think of, Mikola, is that ancient knowledge or mysteries might have their own documents about weird stuff, if it's old enough.
And these are 100, like they're wooden pipes, right?
Yep.
Not like wood clad or wood inside metal or something.
As near as you've been able to tell from your vantage point, they appear to be wooden. The breakage that has been somewhat achieved visuals on, probably with some TK involved, appears to be the splintering of wood and not of metal.
Looking something up real quick.
Okay. I will take a bite of this croissant that I was handed.
Okay. I'm not one to ever keep anyone from a croissant.
They're very nice. The wild grain croissants do, in fact, cook up very wonderfully.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. All right. I have verified something in the rule book, which I thought I had remembered, but I'm glad to have it. The book gives me the thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a digging or excavation skill.
No, there would not be. There would probably be professional skills that would include it. Like, at certain tech levels, Soldier would include it.
I would like to instruct Bebop to start digging along the pipe without, as much as possible, without damaging it.
I'm going to give you a suggestion.
Okay.
That I think is reasonable. Do you want Bebop to start right next to the broken pipe where it's muddy? Or do you want Bebop to try to find the pipe
yeah, let's go down
along
like
its length?
15 feet. Let's go down 5 meters and start there.
Basically start either north or south of the mound and dig down there?
Yeah, and I'm betting this is player cheating a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm betting that we want to go toward town.
That's up to the players.
And my bet is based on the fact that, frankly, the map ends, about 2 inches from where we are.
I mean, it's a fairly small establishment, and the large Spicken farm up there does in fact take up a lot of the interesting part of town. The other roads that lead off are mostly leading to more and more rural areas, and people who've set up their rural houses there. Okay. Bebop and Mikola are headed a bit to the southwest and in the yard still
Yes.
about
oh,
15
wow, Crash,
meters.
That is really satisfying to watch.
Oh no. What?
I found a GIF of someone making pipe fall into a trench that was dug for said pipe, and when they push one end in or let one end fall, whichever way you want to interpret that, the rest of it just goes all the way down the trench.
I'm amazed that it doesn't break. Cool.
There has to be some
Anyway.
flexibility in it, but regardless.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Bebop and Mikola are doing some supervised diggins.
Yes.
Tazani, there's this well, you've got a gas mask and that's blocking most of the odor, but there's the oozy, extremely moist mound there with the hole that has been dug, and HK gently descending. What was it that you were going to be doing?
I don't know what you just said to me.
You emerge from your vision, and there's the physicality of the mound, which is terribly rude of it because it's in your
It's
way,
disgusting.
and it's disgusting. And HK is at one side of the hole descending. I'm not going to say climbing down because that would not be accurate precisely. HK seem to want to go and do something in there, and well,
Assertion, it is
And
more
HK is thinking.
it is more efficient to allow gravity to help me descend rather than expending effort to descend under my own power.
You're going to get stuck down there.
Observation, you have the ability to lift things with your brain.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I do.
Also, Bebop has the ability to
Johnny
lift things with
already
their
made-
arms.
A telekinesis other roll by 5, and therefore is probably having this conversation while lifting HK.
HK is probably dripping horribleness back into the hole. Imagine pulling a cat or puppy out of a thing that the cat or puppy should not have been in. Yes, Ellie.
Prestidigitation.
I don't see what the problem is. I can cast that spell.
For one thing, Rand. For one thing.
I've used it for multiple things, most of them liquids. You just need rand numbers, that's all.
Yeah.
Get on my level, literally. I'll be back
get
at craft
good
services. That Crix has laid out a wonderful spread. Seriously, you have to try the security board.
noobs. Dazani, you have a droid.
The
I think
droid is not inexplicably sticky. You know why the droid is sticky.
And that's almost worse.
What do you mean
I
almost?
wish I didn't.
Somehow still just as satisfied. As a cat that is inexplicably sticky.
Going to you over next to the hose.
Your assistance is appreciated.
And I need to try to get some images of the runes.
Question, did I get a good view of the runes?
Give me a perception roll. No.
No. I got a good view of the sludge in front of the runes. All I see
got
is
his eyes
sludge.
fall off.
Failure.
A crit. We've had 3 crit fails today.
I can put those back. I'm repairable.
Your
You have-
sensors got sludged.
Yes, your sensors are extremely sludgy. You are seeing the world through cameras that are, well, you wish you had little tiny windshield wipers.
It's okay. I've been placed down next to the hose. I've been told. Actually, the player's been told. I'm not sure HK has been told, and HK can't see the hose. That's a crit failure on perception. I'm flying
Well,
blind here.
you
I
could
still haven't
probably
spent the points on a sensor suite.
You can stand around and try to wipe your oculars off if you need to for a while.
My hands are worse shaped than the oculars. I just add more.
It's going to take a while. If you were one of those little fussy protocol droids or a factotum droid, you would be going, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I started this session thinking I might be helpful. We are almost at the midway point, and I am very much aware that this session I'm the comic relief, and I am okay with this.
We've had a lot of crit failures here. I think 2 of them were yours.
Yes. Yes, 2 of them were mine.
You may have to change out your dice so nice.
Daiso, why are you like this?
Yeah. Crix, you can no longer work in this house. This is the worst. There's nothing left.
Crix goes to walk outside, sees and smells what's going on, walks right back inside, a la this GIF I just shared.
Yes, we know that, Glenn, don't we? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nope, 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 nope.
I prefer to think of this context as opposed to the original context. Yes.
Yes, this is the Grandpa Simpson whistling into the door, putting his hat down, making a circle, grabbing his hat,
Go away.
right back outside the door. GIF for those listening at home. Yeah, as Crash shares the Homer disappearing into the bush.
I think both would be valid, but of course, Crix has made his choice.
And his choice is to stay away from the thing that smells like that.
Yeah, that is, I figure I kept it out of my kitchen. I might as well stay out of it. So that.
I mean, you take the one I shared and turn it 90 degrees. That's what HK was doing.
Pretty much.
Either that or just sort of sinking straight down.
Well, yes.
Is there anything you want to do inside the house, Crix?
Go out the front door.
Mhm.
Look left and right, up and down the road.
It's late.
Mm-hmm.
There's houses reasonably spaced.
And I see the Spicken farm from here.
Oh, you can see lights.
Mm.
You see the lights that, all right, they're not like blinding lights of a used air car dealer or something, but there's a definite glow over there that suggests that there's some amount of standard security lighting. You wouldn't want to be walking from here. The map is not precisely to scale, et cetera, but
Got it.
you can see there's a large sign way down there that probably says something about Imperial Spicken Farm Brant family or something like that.
Crix looks at the sign, looks at the police vehicle, looks back at the sign, looks back to the police vehicle, and is pondering.
Do you have driving skill?
It doesn't matter. He's pondering. Not
Also-
saying what he's doing. He's considering it. He's right now running the calculus in his brain as to whether or not he can get in, get there, get some spickins, and get back before anybody realizes it, and he already has them plucked and cooking.
You do also know that you have a driver around. The corporal is still inside.
Yeah, but he's busy doing his job. I don't want to bother him. He's had a rough night. He's had a rough night.
Very. It's a horrible night. Okay, you are pondering. Shall we leave you to ponder for a little bit?
I am perfectly happy being left to ponder for the moment.
HK, are you doing anything useful?
I'm looking for the hose because I am not useful at all if I cannot perceive what the heck is happening. Okay.
Missed
I
by
only
2.
missed that by 2. I am reaching for the hose in all the wrong places. I may have missed it by an inch at some point, but I continue to
Pet,
not
pet,
be
pet,
helpful.
Pet, 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 pet. Mikola,
Uh,
dig goes Bebop. Bebop is not precisely a digging droid, but, droid, and you've got a shovel and a lot of strength. Pick something that seems plausible, or at worst... that almost doesn't matter. Lifting -2, made by 7, you rolled... Bebop has discovered that there is a new way to lift dirt. You can lift the dirt by putting the shovel in, and then you lift the dirt out, and this is actually pretty cool. You have gotten down to a point where Bebop has had to slow down because of the projected likelihood that there might be a pipe here. In fact, the dirt has grown moister as you get down. I mean, that's normal.
Yeah.
And also, at a particular layer, it's starting to develop, and you're pretty sure that it's not just wafting from the main pile. It's starting to develop a very faint, unpleasant odor.
Ah.
But you think you're close.
Hey, everybody, we've reached the sewer table.
Observation.
Wonderful.
I got there first.
Have you used the hose yet?
Observation. I cannot observe the hose.
Observe the hose.
Telekinesis other made by 4.
Tasani, what are you doing with the hose?
Spraying HK in the face.
This is the second time this arc that this series of events has taken place.
Yes, it is.
I was trying to do it myself, except for the repeated failures in perceiving things.
Yes, well. You can now see a lot of water, HK.
This is preferable.
This is preferable.
I will eventually take the hose from the ghostly hands that are holding it to finish the job while Tizani does something useful.
Well, Mikola has a much less stinky and oozy hole that you may or may not have actually noticed being dug over there. So, after the HK washing bit, I presume you're going over to look, Tizani?
Yep.
Well, the wooden pipe, if there is one, has not been revealed yet because slowing down. But yes, it does look like this hole is almost as deep as where you saw the pipe in the other one. And I don't know if you want to do anything or if everyone will simply wait until Bebop is done.
We'll wait until Bebop is done.
Okay. Bebop is trying to delicately put the shovel in, which tends to sort of be, ease the shovel in so as not to damage anything if it strikes. Whip the dirt out. Ease the shovel in. Whip the dirt out. Until finally there is ease the shovel in and stop. Sir, my lord, a hard object. The shovel moves. Tap, tap, sort of slide up, move over, tap, tap. There is a large rock or a pipe, my lord.
I will attempt to clear some of the dirt out of the way.
Telekinesis other made by 3. You have the certain amount of force senses, etc. Yeah, that you are pulling dirt out from around something that is roughly, round. And as you do, bits of wood inlaid with ceramic are revealed.
Ah,
I'm going to cut to what Crix is up to.
Yes, of course.
Crix goes inside and gets the bento box that he made for Tsadi with her name on it and everything,
Mhm.
and brings it into the vehicle.
You have a bento box. You have a van.
Have bento box, have a van.
Right.
So
Okay,
basically,
Crix
Crix is taking a nap.
All right. And since it's probably been a fair amount of time, how about we take a break?
Okay.
Press the button.
The button is pressed.
And we're back. It's only been 5 minutes somewhere.
Definitely only a 5-minute break.
Wibbly
Yes,
wobbly,
it's-
timey wimey.
I mean, 5 minutes is it's been 5 minutes somewhere by some calculations of there's got to be a planet out there where the revolution, you just assign one revolution is about 24 hours, and then you divvy up the hours into 60 minutes each, and yeah, 5 of those.
Observation: my internal chronometer has a pause feature. Why do we even have this feature?
Reasons. So, you've found another section of pipe that's not broken. Crix has vanished off into the back of the van, taking a nap. HK is hosing himself off. That sure is wooden pipe with ceramic inlays of runes. HK equips a shower cap.
And thus
And-
gains 1 threat and 1 dark pip, according to D1C3.
yeah.
That sounds right.
I think HK had the threat and dark pip before the shower cap.
The nosy neighbor who got drafted into bringing shovels over and whatnot and doing some amount of assisting and gas masks comes over to peer curiously from behind everybody. She's not going to interrupt a bunch of Siths peering at things, though. Imperials, they know better. Bebop is feeling very pleased with itself.
Well, they should.
Ah,
Crix, your meditate is a critical failure. You
right
fall
to
asleep.
Crix, are you meditating? Are you meditating now? Are you meditating now? Ah, Crix appears to be snoring. I believe that is deep meditation.
That is 3 6s.
Crix, would you like some water?
Puddle of drool outside of my mouth.
Rapid eye meditation. Yes, REM sleep.
But Paul,
REM.
here's the question, and if you say no, this is not happening, I'm going to cut this part out so the question doesn't even get asked. Does Crix have the anime snot bubble coming out of his nose and then coming back in again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely. And you could if you squint just the right way, you can see the letter Z's over his head.
They're
This
force
group-
manifestations.
This group would be excellent for chibis. Just saying.
Yes.
That'll be our next Lasers and Feelings game.
Chibi Sith?
These characters just chibi.
Yes, but you're the one who has to run Lasers and Feelings.
So,
Uh-huh. I don't vibe with it.
that's fine. I got no problem running it.
Don't threaten him with a good time.
Then I'll have to come up with the character.
You've already made your sale. You don't
I
need to
suppose
convince me further.
I could reuse Lord Zappy Zap.
You could reuse Lord Zappy Zap.
I'd just like to point out there's a character present on the battle map where we are right now.
I think if
No, I
anyone ends up playing Lord Stabby, it would have to be EO. It's their character. They named them.
You're digging. Mika's continuing to instruct Bebop to dig along the pipe without hopefully cracking it open. Don't really have you don't have a way to track it without doing the excavating. You're doing to the southwest, basically following it southwest.
Yeah.
Okay. Towards town instead of away from town. Okay. Give me an appropriate roll on either Mika's part or Bebop's for not cracking the pipe. It's not really running along the road, it's running parallel the main road back there, but yeah. But that is an interesting question. It is running quite parallel that road. Fascinating.
That's only missed by 2. The wood bends, right?
No, made it by 4. The -2 was the penalty.
Oh, I misread. In my defense, today's been a long week.
That's fair. Okay.
Like I told my manager yesterday, not only has it been a long week, but the 4 months since the beginning of the year have been the longest decade of my life.
Oh.
Oof. You are just a moment while basically you're going to be able to keep excavating it until you run into a road that is not parallel but is in fact perpendicular, or perhaps a driveway or something.
It is okay to excavate underneath the driveway. I have prepared a permit. I hand over a piece of paper. Everyone knows what's on that paper.
Lies.
No, it's truth. The paper says I do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I hand that to any Sith character. When they are wielding it, it is telling the absolute, honest to Sith truth.
Well, that's Sith for you.
Technically, while my character's wielding it, it also tells the truth.
Yes, you usually do. You usually do, in fact, do what you want.
Agreed. Consequences are for biologics.
Something memory wipe, something.
I have no memory of a memory wipe.
Consequences are for people with noses, apparently.
And teeth. HK moves a small bag just out of view.
Bebop is going. Okay. Mikla directs far side of the driveway to stop seeing the pipe. The digging is possibly there's another house over there far enough out that you're not like right on top of them or trying to go through their living room or anything, but you are getting a certain amount of the lights turn on, lights turn off again so that you can see things, you know. I guess look at tag on its page.
Page says hi.
Dig. Let's see. You get to a point where it actually appears to join up with a larger one that came in more of a direct north-south, and then it splits off into it continues to go northeast southwest. Yes, that's lower left, upper right, has something that's coming in from the north-south, and then it has something that's coming in from northwest going southeast.
Good news, everyone. The volume appears to have increased. This should be easier to track.
Occasionally you find areas where the wood looks like it's a little bit more, it's holding its shape, mostly. You've picked up a few people, but by the time that you've gotten all of this, you've probably picked up a few people who've come out, talked to the original nosy neighbor, and either gone back inside or are watching from a theoretically safe distance.
Wise.
Corporal DeBur has also emerged and is watching from a theoretically safe distance and talking to people and probably warning them about the escaped mass murderer, you know, the usual.
The usual.
Escaped mass murderer, spickins, wooden pipes filled with horrible sludge going through the countryside, all in a day's work.
Let me draw an approximate little marker here. Come on, drawing tools. Thank you. Give me ellipse. Let me give the lines a fill. That is okay. Close. No. There's a little teeny dot just basically across that street there that's where the intersection is between north, south, northeast, southwest, northwest, southeast.
This dot right here that I'm pinging.
Yep, that dot right there you're pinging.
Okay.
If I were smart, I'd make it a line. I cannot actually make more lines. Okay, well, there's the line for the north-south.
Question for the GM.
Yes?
So we're following the pipe, but which way is the liquid, and I know I'm using this term very loosely, flowing? Is it flowing south or north?
The break in the pipe.
My terahertz radar, which I have now thanks to taking on several disads that I probably should have already had because that's how I was RPing the character. I'm saying this for the recording because we worked this out between sessions. Does, it says here, go through clothing, brush, or thin walls up to a few inches thick?
That does mean you kind of have to get close to the pipe.
I jump into the hole.
And give me an electronics operation sensors.
Electronics.
Or actually, this is an advantage, right? Let me look at this just a brief moment.
Scanning sense T-ray vision is a thing I have purchased for 25 points.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let me stare at a moment and
I know I've done the right thing
your
when the GM has to
thing.
stare at something.
It's your scanning sense. Okay.
It's my scanning sense, and I'll scan if I want to.
Scan if I want to. Scan if I want to.
You would scan too.
What happened to you? Do you have ELUP sensors?
I installed the hardware, but didn't install the drivers.
Yeah. Give me a perception roll. Let's see. You're jumping in.
If you're saying I have to be close to the pipe, I'm going to go into the hole to be close to the pipe.
I think that for this, you need to be close to the pipe because you're going to have to try to distinguish which way the ooze inside might be going.
So by the way, the HK isn't saying this out loud because he didn't think to. But what HK is wondering is, we are uncovering this pipe and heading south. This is going right in the middle of town. Now, it does look like it might end up branching off or turning towards one of these other mounds. But if it's going north, well, then we're excavating in the wrong direction. So might be, or maybe we're going to the source. Maybe we're not going to the source. Maybe we're looking for where it ends up. But regardless, it's good to know. So I'm assuming perception with a penalty.
Give me a straight perception and tell me, we'll see how much you make it by. Or fail by. Don't fail.
And I've had character development. I can find perception now.
Yay!
Made by 3.
Overall, the ooze appears to be coming... Alright, are you at the junction that you're scanning? Or are you scanning on one of the other tributaries?
I'm probably right behind where the excavation is happening. So not getting in the way of the giant robot and or Sith that are pulling stuff out of the ground, but closest to them.
So you're trying to scan the intersection of all the pipes?
I mean, if I can scan there, I'll scan there.
I mean, probably you're a pretty big warbot there, even though you aren't technically being a battle bot these days.
I am a repair bot who repairs warbots.
The flow of it appears to be mostly flowing in the north to south, from north to south. But it's also pushing back on both of the diagonals that I can't draw because I'm not sure how to make it tilt the lines.
So you know how when there's surveys and they use spray paint to mark off underground pipes and wires and stuff.
Mhm.
Is it safe to assume that in HK's integrated collection of tools, he has some type of marker spray that he can use, even if it's just like oil that he's repurposing? Because I would like, if
You'd like to make
the
it
gym
dig
says I
safe.
can't do this, then that's fine. But I'd like HK to just go over next to the excavation and spray paint, or space spray paint, which should also be spray paint, I guess. Spray paint. The lines that say, okay, it's coming from this direction, it's going off in that direction. Call before you dig.
Mhm. Yeah.
We're digging now, but we're the ones you'd call.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call?
If anyone has dirt busters, no. If anyone has anything resembling sewage system architecture skills, go ahead. Give me one of those.
Which GURPS source book is that from? Because I will not make the joke that says it doesn't exist. I'm certain it does.
Professional skill, probably.
I'm
think
sorry,
that
what was
there's-
the skill?
Anything
Sewage
that would
maintenance.
give a certain amount of plausible understanding of how drains are supposed to drain. Sewage systems, some amount of architecture.
And EO, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just saying that the skill was probably architecture or professional skill, yeah, or
Professional
hold
skill
on.
plumbing, definitely.
Yeah. Let's
Survival urban missed by 4. Ouch.
I missed a IQ -5 roll because I do not believe I've got anything even close to that.
Probably not.
Oh, engineer civil. It would be engineer civil, I bet.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. Yeah. There's a few that I would let do work for this.
Mechanic shuttlecraft,
No. Okay,
armory
well,
heavy weapons.
no.
If I weaponize these sewage lines,
No.
I'm out of ideas.
Anyway, the primary's very sluggish flow appears to be going north to south, but it is also pushing somewhat more sluggishly to the northeast and northwest diagonals.
Query, would we prefer to go towards the source or the destination?
The source, I think. I want to know where it's coming from.
I also want to know where it's coming from.
HK will point in the direction that it seems to be coming from.
North.
Well then, let's keep digging.
Dig, 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 dig.
Couldn't we get like a little remote or something to put into the pipe that would
The pipe does
Yeah,
appear to be full of sludge.
yeah.
HK puts out a call. All mouse droids within 100 space miles immediately turn and flee.
Yeah.
I thought about something like that. If I were on Truman Cass, I could requisition a attack drone, but out here, I think we have to, actually do the work. It'd be so nice to be back in an observation room.
An observation room that does not have a faint odor of horrible, rancid, sulfury.
I just want to go on an excavation that's normal and doesn't involve sewers. I mean, it doesn't have to be normal, but like normal
Yeah, I
smelling.
hear you.
Observation. I have been on exactly 2 missions with you, and both have involved sewers. This appears
Yeah,
to
I
be
think that's the
normal.
point.
No, it is not normal.
The most recent 2 missions have been this. Therefore, this is the new normal.
No,
Absolutely
it's just
not. Sorry.
we're getting used to it being abnormal. It's predictably abnormal.
As you go digging through, occasionally you carefully, or not so carefully, well, actually pretty carefully, made that by 3, encounter other pipes and whatnot that appear to go mostly above this one, somehow not hitting it. Somehow it does not actually go under anyone's house. No one has encountered it in their basement, apparently. And how long are you going to be digging for, basically?
Well, Bebop's a droid, and Mika hasn't. Mika. Sorry, I all of a sudden remembered that her name was not pronounced quite the way it looks, and couldn't remember if I was doing it right.
Ah,
Bebop's a droid, and Mika has insomnia. So, as long as she doesn't have anything else to do, she'll keep digging.
okay, that's
But-
fascinating.
Someone should check on Crix.
HK will walk over to Crix, and I was going to say gently poke Crix, but that might require a dex roll.
I mean, go ahead, do a dex roll. We'll find out how gentle it is.
This could only
I mean, my dexterity is 10 because I refuse to put points in anything other than intelligence.
this could only result in hilarity.
-3. Do I manage to poke Crix or do I miss?
You poke Crix. Crix is a sleeping stationary target, and this you don't have to roll for things that are just like obvious. You might poke a little harder than you meant to. Crix, you may have a bruise on your arm or something.
The snot bubble
Ow.
pops.
Ow? What's going on? What?
Ah, you still function. This is good.
Function. Yeah.
We have decided to dig north.
Dig north.
Yes, that is the
Okay.
direction of the source of the sludge. The consensus
Wow.
is that we should be closer to it.
What about asking what lies north along that line, as opposed to digging out the entire pipe?
Scanning. Ah, the Brant Spicken farm, where the murders took place. This may be a happy coincidence.
Spickens. Crix cracks his knuckles.
Do your fingers need repair?
They itch, but they do not need repair.
Those appear to be contradictory statements.
It's a biological thing. You wouldn't understand.
Assertion accepted. HK will walk away.
Crix, you're there with a bento box and a broken nap.
Well, I'll leave the bento box on the seat that Sani had been riding in and get out of the van and find the group and point out that, since this pipe is going in that direction, how about we just check the farm, the Spigot farm, as opposed to digging up the entire pipe. And it has absolutely nothing to do with there being fresh, juicy, unplucked, uncooked chickens at the Spicken farm. Nothing at all.
Oh, thank goodness
No.
you're talking about the chickens being juicy.
Sadi, Mika,
Yes.
should we just go check the Spicken farm? Maybe? Possibly?
Right.
Uh,
But don't cook any of the spickens. They might be cursed.
But Sani!
Does cursing change the flavor or texture of the meat?
I'm not sure. Depends on the curse, I would imagine.
Ah, this might be worth investigating.
If a curse was bad for the chicken, it might make it actually, more attractive to eat. Anyway, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna stay here and keep digging, or watch Bebop dig. Because if it doesn't go to the Spicken farm, if the pipe turns, then we want to know that. I think is that not right?
True.
Well, you can go ahead and if the pipe goes to the Spicken farm, then I'll catch up with you.
Splitting the party. Splitting the party. Beth loves it when we split the party.
Well, I don't expect anything to happen to Minka and Bebop other than we arrive at the Spicken farm. But
After going through assorted, there's a few fences here and there, but yeah, you're headed off into areas that are now going away from city and town, really core, and less likely to be using Sith prerogative to casually dig up people's pools or whatever. Look,
sure,
there's a pool over there that's like missed it by 6 feet.
The key word here is missed.
Yep.
Which means it's fine.
Okay, so which way are you people like just going to walk the distance to the Spicken farm, or are you going to drive to the corner there where it
Captain DeBurr,
Yeah? Yes, my lord?
mind giving us a lift?
Not a problem. Sure.
All right. Let's go, Tsani. You too, HK.
Things I did not
Query.
anticipate having.
Am I sufficiently hosed off?
I don't think you could be sufficiently hosed off without going through the starship wash.
I check my maps of the local area for the nearest starship wash while I'm climbing onto the back bumper.
Let's see. Give me half a moment. I need to. Oops, that's wrong. Wow. I'm concerned. Oh, right. Okay, there's this spicatudinous. This is. Come on. Just a moment. My document. Clipboard. Create. This is actually bad. The map is not showing it the way I want it to be showing it, and therefore I am going. My computer was not restarted. I don't understand. Maybe that was earlier. Okay. Put that low. Grab the. Why are you about like this? Oh, come now. Staffed thing. All right. Well, I'm going to have to make this map. Just a moment. And I'm sorry, it's going to be dubious. Okay. Spick and Firm, PNG. This is the map that you will be. Okay, scenes. Give me scenes. Okay, technicalities. Technicalities. Okay, create scene.
This is technically not fighting with Foundry.
No, it's fighting with my Criffing art program. Okay, and I need to put that in
99% loading.
Copy. Concerning potentially. Paste. Oh, goody. Yeah, no, you won't. Map. Come here, map. Configure map. Lighting. Token visions. There we are. That's better. Okay, let me grab a copy of other people here. Copy. And go to the correct one and paste. And okay. Activate.
Wonder Map powers. Activate.
Uh-huh.
Is it just me, or am I reading backwards?
I
We're in
didn't
the
like
mirror universe.
I didn't like the original maps. The original, I did a flip on the original map that I had because I didn't like how it was showing on which directions the roads and what were. So
Okay.
since I didn't like that, I flipped it, and because I couldn't quickly find a way to grab the unflipped names and paste them in correctly, you're reading backwards.
Okay.
I'm just going to assume that every
suspect-
character has a goatee.
I suspect that Mika will continue digging past the Ira and end up somewhere between the Nial Esoch and the Nimba Niblub.
All of the appropriate buildings are labeled clearly with the assorted names. There is a fence, as can be seen, which extends in the logical direction. Yeah, right. And which Mika will eventually come to.
Don't you mean an SNF?
No, I don't. We are all going to pretend that these are, in fact, the correctly
You brought
For
this
the
on yourself.
speed for the speed with which you provided us with this map. This is all in good fun. It's fantastic. When we arrive, HK is going to get off of the back bumper. We might still be in motion when HK gets off the back bumper. HK thought you came to a complete stop. HK could have been wrong.
Just make sure I spelled it right. Good. Okay. I provide a map very quickly, and you all been mean to me. Be so mean to me. I'm just gonna pout. I'm gonna pout, darn it. Okay. Also, I'm going to close off that. No, I am not going to save that document. I don't care about that document. Okay. The people in the air van, the hover van, are going to get there first. Sorry, Meek. Sorry, Mika. The DeBur pauses at the road where the road goes in to the Spicken farm and goes, "My lords, you're sure?"
Why wouldn't we be?
Are you second guessing us?
No, my lords. You will drive through. Which building are you interested in?
I lean over and whisper to Sani, not so quietly that it can't be heard by everyone else. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Yes, you actually found a spine. Congratulations. Question, do I get a chance to meditate on the way over?
It's pretty short. You can probably grab 5 minutes of meditation if you get lucky. Maybe by 6. Okay, yes, you can meditate for for that amount of time, and that's probably going to be about how long it takes you to get there.
Oh, that's nice. I will have some energy reserve. Are any of these buildings labeled?
They are, in fact. They are, in fact, labeled quite clearly in appropriate Arabesh, which I am not going to try to paste in because I'm not sure that Foundry has the Arabesh font, even if that would be hilarious.
So much for immersion.
Sorry, I can try and paste it in later if you want to, give me a moment.
HK was immersed enough for all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
Corporal, which building was the attack in?
He pauses a moment to consider where the attack happened. He confesses he wasn't entirely there at the time. Let me just look that up myself. He knows it was on the property. Oh, come on. Where is that? There's that. Come on. It's so annoying when you actually know that you read the thing in the notes, and now you're trying to find the thing in the notes, and it's like, where'd it go? It vanished.
And you try Control F, and you find every iteration of the notes you weren't looking for.
Yeah.
I've never done
Pretty
that.
much.
I can't relate. Wait.
Says that it was done. He thinks about it, and he points to where there's basically a little gravel and permacrete spot, and says that there it was in a building that used to be there, and they tore it down after the murders because, well, no one wanted to go into the place anymore.
I suppose I'll have to try to get vibes here before we go and look at processing. I suspect that the sludge would be coming from processing. None of these buildings look big enough to make huge quantities of sludge. And that doesn't always guarantee that they aren't producing huge quantities of sludge somehow, but I'm betting it's processing.
When you make the comment about not sure which building would be producing large quantities of sludge, HK will point at each of the buildings that appears to have a large number of spickins in them.
Well, there's the hatchery, there's, rearing house, there's the grow out barns. Yeah. Okay, detecting disturbances. Tizani is setting herself up for something. There's a kitten behind me who is batting it. I have no idea what that is. Probably a red light creator. A red dot.
Roll for kitten.
Ooh, nice, Dasani.
Crit success on the visions. Okay. What are you looking for?
Given how visions work, I think the question is, what do I get?
You get the most intense part of what's in there. Wow. Okay. That's visions and mysteries are just they don't work. That's hilarious. I love this. So, the walls come up around you. Crix, you did a success by 2 detecting disturbances. You are close enough to Tizani that you can actually see them yourself slightly because of this critical success. Hey, let's be obnoxious. There are ghostly walls around you. There are people who are moving about and trying to, they're messing with Spickens, who are going shquark at them and not too happy about people reaching in and taking their eggs. Some of them are, less annoyed than others. Someone walks in with, they actually have a blaster and they motion everyone around. He motions everyone around and gets them all in a group, makes them face away from him, and then starts hacking away with the machete. There's running, there's screaming, there's, he doesn't actually bother shooting any of them after that. He's cut at them so that they can't run very well. The door is locked. They, rattle at it. It shouldn't be locked from the inside. So much blood, so much just violent, brutal murder with a machete. He's, there it is. He then, the person goes and unlocks the door and drags in someone who has already been fairly beaten up. He takes he takes the machete and puts it in the man's hand and stands over him with a chain and hits him with it a few more times. And then he calls somebody on his comm. Time jumps a bit. The man with the chain continues to stand over the unconscious man at his feet. The police, it's not Corporal DeBurr for this one. It's some other security people, maybe even security people from the big city. And the man with the chain explains that he, was caught by Long Handle. Long Handle did all this, but he managed to. He was back in the far corner. He took a chain and he attacked Long Handle back, and he managed to knock him out. And everyone, the police, take away the unconscious man, and crit success. You get, sure, you get full sensory. They take away the unconscious man, and the vision starts fading out into simply dealing with all of these dead bodies here.
Pearl, Long Handle was framed.
My lord?
Yeah, I saw that too.
The murderer reported the crime.
My lord, what?
Killed everyone there. Dragged him in, beat him with a chain, put the machete in his hand, and called the cops.
My lord? He what?
I reported the crime anyway.
That was one of the workers, or oh crap, what was it? He pulls out his data pad and starts scrolling through things. The GM pulls up her notes. That was the pilot Jacint, Pilot Ruse Jacint. He's got a house back, points sort of, thumb over his shoulder, south eastish. I think it's about that away. He's got one of the mounds in his backyard, but he doesn't want to let anybody look at it.
Hmm.
And Longhandle was the one who killed De Boer's colleague, wasn't he? That's out of character.
That's what he assumes, yes. That's the stuff that was missing. The person who walked in and killed the guy does not match the description. Does not match the guy who is allegedly Longhandle, the framed one, was beaten up enough it's a little hard to tell, but he does not seem to match the person who came in and killed the deputy, who seems to be a third person entirely.
How strange. Neither of them look like the murderer on the loose.
My lord, says De Boer.
I have a headache.
Yes,
I
my
wonder
lord.
if there's any ibuprofen in the admin building.
I've got a first aid kit in the van.
Oh, good.
Yes, you
Seems like
can.
a good-
We've been playing for about an hour. Do we want to, honestly, I'm not sure I can come up with a better ta-da on that one than I've got. Do we want to keep going, or?
Technically, this is our second hour.
Exactly. I cannot top that crit success.
We can stop here for now.
Okay.
Okay.
If Tizani, if that's all right, if that's all right with you. Okay. On that note, I want to thank everyone for playing. I'm sorry I didn't get more dramatic stuff, but that's pretty dramatic. People have gone off the rails of the adventure and have shown up here at interesting different times than the adventure assumes, which I love that, actually. I really love that. This is why I do this. This is why I adapt these things, because then you jump the rails and it's hilarious. I love it. So I want to thank everyone for playing. Tonight I was joined by Ellie and Crash and Eo and Paul. And does anyone have anything they'd like to plug?
Well, I hear
Eo's
that Eo's
mom.
writes books.
Eo's mom writes
That.
books. ElizabethMcCoy.com, and hopefully, I need to spend some time arranging it so that my books all go back into production after Draft Digital has stabbed me in the back just because I don't sell $100 worth of stuff in a year. And I did once. I sold a lot once, but things tail off and writer's block sucks. So at the very least, I've got it on the Amazon Zon Empire, but not on Kindle Unlimited. And speaking of other things that are cool, hopefully.
Anyone interested in some short plays for production can email me at paultheplaywright.us@gmail.com. And as far as other things that have various persons' names in them,
Well, the music that's used for the intro and outro for this series is Biotech by, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Kokezz.
Okez?
It's that last part where I'm not sure how to do it properly. But in any case, it's public domain music, and you can download that from modarchive.org. We take all these podcasts and put them over on aaronbsmith.com, where you can get them without ads. If you are finding them anywhere else, okay. But if those otherwhere else's are putting ads in them, go to aaronbsmith.com. Or you could also get them over on our Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming, where you get them as I edit them as opposed to scheduled releases. And there you'd help us keep the lights on and join other illustrious patrons, including Ellie, Liv, Paul, Shen, Walter, and patron emeritus Cindy.
Until next time, this is Beth going, Criff, Longhandle, Criff. I'm going to have to do something about that. Can't. She's gone and gotten out. Gotta do something about Criff. Night all.
And now you all have an asset in digging a hole in the ground from there to there.
I don't think I want that asset.
I'm told it's a thing Marines do. whatever those are.
Do I look like a Marine?
I didn't say
Sounds
you
like
had
it
the
involves
asset.
boats.
Well,
I'm-
I heard
I'm
everything but the
land
last word of what Io said.
Sounds like it involves boats, and I'm not a fan.
I don't know if it involves boats, but Marines sounds like it involves water. And I haven't been a fan of the water since we nearly drowned. I mean, it's better than getting burned up, but
Well, okay, yes. If there's water involved in significant quantities, I would prefer there to be boats involved.
well, I ain't a fish person. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Oh.